From being just a normal girl next door or Hrithik, a boy next door, you become everyone's heartthrob. Oh my God, we've touched you and I'm going to wash our hands. Crazy things like that. Letters of blood written to us. Both of us are still, iconic in the eyes of people. We are still giving hits. We are still looked up to as fitness icons. So we were both initially very awkward in our initial stage, and then we met each other. We were both like from caterpillars, we'd become butterflies, like from day one. And the term Greek god was coined by me, and I'm very proud of it. It stuck with him since day one. He has my name saved on his phone as heroine because I will always be his first heroine. I've given Bollywood's biggest iconic hits that can never be replaced. Three franchises to my name: Gadar, a Bhool Bhulaiya, and a Race that are still continuing to be made. People who have got fathers and marry into film families and have the film family backings and stuff have terrible flops.
Hi, Amisha. Welcome to News 18.
Hi, thank you for welcoming me, and Happy New Year to you and to
Happy New
all the
Year.
viewers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, any New Year resolution for you?
I make New Year resolutions every year, and they're always the same. And I always stick by them, and somehow they're just part of my life. Read more, drink more water, pay attention to your health, try and be calmer, try and be happier, live in the moment. I think these are just basic things. They're not even resolutions, they should just be applied anyway.
Sure, absolutely. Amisha, let's dive straight into the fact that, Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai, your debut film, it's going to re-release in theaters. And 25 years, Amisha, imagine. Uh, are you excited? Are you planning on watching it again with your friends, maybe?
Absolutely, I plan to watch it. When it originally released, I barely saw it maybe twice on the big screen because I was so in between so many films. I was between Gadar, I was between two films that I was shooting with Ajay Devgan, I was between my Telugu film with Pawan Kalyan. I was between my second film with Hrithik, Aap Mujhe Achhe Lagne Lage, that I was living out of a suitcase and airports, and I didn't get to enjoy the release then. So, and of course, a film like Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai, though people and me also have seen multiple times when it plays on TV or through a DVD or on satellite, it's a 70 viewing experience, and everyone's very excited. My friends, even more than me, to go see it again with the color corrected, the sound, remastered, everything. So, yeah, I want to see um, and point out how cynically, like, I'm a cynic. So I want to go and watch it and, say, oh, I could have done this better. I could have done that better and see my old self versus my new now.
Great. But tell me something, like you said, by the time Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai released, you were neck deep in work doing so many other films. So the day Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai released, tell me, how many projects did you have in your kitty by then?
Well, till it released, I was doing six other films, six, seven other films already. And it was one of those rare, I think, under production heroines who was working on multiple projects before her debut had even happened. And not only in Hindi, but, even in Telugu and stuff. I was the highest paid already in Telugu by then. So I was extremely busy, and it was a crazy, like you said, neck deep in work at that time. And it has continued by the grace of God. So I was extremely busy, and now I really look forward to this weekend, to watching the film.
Do you remember some of the industry bigwigs who perhaps had reached out to you at that point in time?
I think I was already with the industry bigwig like Mr. Rakesh Roshan, but I had already, like I said, I was working with Mr. With Ajay Devgan, with Pawan Kalyan, with Hrithik on another film. By then, after the release, anyway, we had both become, overnight sensations. Salman Khan with Ye Hai Jalwa, Sunny Deol on Gadar. So everyone had already reached out to me before the release, and after the release it was like wow. When I entered their sets, it was like, okay, wow, wow, wow. So they were like, we made the right choice, we made the right choice. So of course
Yeah.
it was a great feeling.
Right. I think the film also went on to be a part of the Guinness World Records for being one of those films winning so many awards. If I'm not wrong, I think the number was about 92 awards in one year. Imagine.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it was the highest awards ever. Yeah,
absolutely.
that,
And
it was a great feeling to have that many awards. And the normally a film just wins in a couple of departments, but it was not only me and Hrithik winning the awards. It was Rakesh Uncle for best film, director producer. It was Rajesh Roshan ji for music. It was Tinu Verma for action. It was Farah Khan for choreography. It was for the camera work. Like, people across the board were winning the awards, even technically, which was a great feeling. Very rarely do you see a film that wins awards across every department, and that was a rarity, and that's why hence the number also that added up to it being one of the largest numbers.
Very true. I was very young back then, but now that I look back, I have very vague memories of the euphoria that, Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai had. I think it opened to massive numbers. It was, I think, the highest grossing film of that particular year. Amisha, tell me what changed? What kind of that was the I'm sure that was your first brush with stardom already. Did the phones not stop ringing? Did you find a bounce in your step suddenly? What happened after that night?
Well, the world starts worshiping you. There is definitely a bounce in your steps. You're recognized everywhere. That's the one major change. From being just a normal girl next door, or Hrithik, a boy next door, you become everyone's heartthrob. You have, with a film like Kahona, you've lived in their hearts. They've taken home the characters. It's just not an ordinary film. Rohit and Sonia became the nation's crush all over the world. You're recognized airports, restaurants, gyms. Like, you go wherever you stepping foot, people want your autograph, they want your pictures. So yeah, that obviously is your first brush with stardom, and it's euphoric when you perform live on stage. When Hrithik and I did our first performance in Calcutta on stage, or Delhi, the stadiums were packed, and people were screaming once more, once more. So that was, and to give your autographs, like people actually coming with their hands or with money and with pictures of God and things, and saying autograph this, autograph this. It was a straight fee, which till date I don't sign on money and I don't sign on God's pictures, obviously. But people just like literally give you their hands and say, we're never going to wash it. Oh my God, we've touched you. We're not going to wash our hands. Crazy things like that. Letters of blood written to us. I got so many letters with people fans who had written me love letters in their blood and things like that. So, yes, it was crazy. It was definitely crazy. In fact, the cutest incident was Friday, 14th January, the year 2000. Hrithik and I went to see the film at Eros together as total nobodies, even though we knew the film had taken 100% opening, which means it was houseful everywhere, which I didn't understand the significance of at that time. That what does a bumper opening mean, 100% mean? I was so new to the film industry, and I was such an outsider. But Hrithik knew a little bit, but still, of course, it was happening to him. So we went to Eros, and we wanted to watch the audience reaction. And we entered the theater like normal people. Just before the second half, when the interval was about to happen, Hrithik and I said, okay, let's go out and get us a sandwich, and a drink to have. And we exited like Amisha and Hrithik, normal people. And the minute interval broke and the crowds came out, we had to flee because everyone was hounding us for autographs and pictures. And we had become, from these two normal kids having their sandwich, sharing it together, we didn't realize we'd become stars, or the sensations, that we had to leave. So we were numb for many, many days, obviously. And I don't know how it sank in, what was the feeling. It was just surreal. And to think 25 years later, both of us are still, iconic in the eyes of people. We are still giving hits. We are still looked up to as fitness icons, and things like that is just amazing to have this journey. And we can only thank God and our audiences for this love.
Yeah. Since you're speaking about Hrithik, I want to ask you, what was your earliest memory or impression of him?
Well, when I knew him, he was a little kid. Like, we've been family friends, and I knew him when we were teenagers, and he was this thin, gawky, awkward teenager, very introverted. And then when I met him years later, after I finished my education in Boston, and obviously those times very different. There was no WhatsApp, there was no video messages, no calling. It was a different time to stay in touch. But when I came back and saw him, and we had to start working on the film, and when I saw him for the first time, and he was transformed. It was like this caterpillar had become a butterfly. And I looked at him and I said, superstar, you know. And when I mean he was awkward, like he was a shy boy before, like me, and then suddenly we'd grown up. We'd become from gawky, awkward teenagers, into young people, so we were both initially very awkward in our initial stage, and then we met each other. We were both like from caterpillars, we'd become butterflies, and we were confident and we were talkative. So this shyness, this awkwardness had gone over, fallen over, and we transformed, like I said, into butterflies, and we hit it off from the word go. And I started calling him Pierce Brosnan. And I said, you're like the bond, like from day one. And the term Greek god was coined by me, and I'm very proud of it. It stuck with him since day one. And I told him literally in the first hour of meeting him, I said, you're a superstar. And he couldn't digest it. He's like, no way, you're being biased. I was like, no, trust me. You're gorgeous and you're a superstar. So that's the chemistry me and him have. We were very honest with each other during the filming. We helped each other a lot. He helped me a lot more because obviously I was an outsider with absolutely nothing to do with films, no kind of education in the film world, acting, diction, action, dance, nothing. So Hrithik was very patient with me, and both of us were more friends than co-stars. In your first film, you're more friends. We're not hero heroine. Though till date, he has my name saved on his phone as heroine because I will always be his first heroine, and that no one can take my place and no one can take his for me. But we were more friends working on a film together more than a co-star. So we didn't have that formality. We told each other honestly what we felt. We told each other, we'd see the rushes, and I'd ask him, Hrithik, you think I did okay? He'd ask me, do you think I did okay? We'd help each other on costumes. He'd be there for my costume trials. So it was really a very cute, friendly way of making a film. So it was lovely.
Yeah, and how much do you think that equation has changed or evolved today?
Till today, when we talk to each other, he's like heroine. Till today, when he greets me, it's heroine. I still tell him as is. If he's done great work, I immediately call him and message him. We still joke with each other. He's still, for the world, he's Hrithik Roshan. For me, he's Dugu. For me, Rakesh uncle is Gudu uncle. So there's some special people that the equation never changes. Through all the ups and downs, we're together. And whenever like when Gadar 2 was the super ginormous success, they were really happy for me. They were really, really excited for me. And Rakesh uncle was proud that a girl he didn't even screen test, didn't even audition for Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai, who he had a gut instinct just on the physical appearance that could make it, has worked so well in the film industry. So that's, I think, an equation that won't change. We're
Yeah,
always excited for each other.
yeah. I think what was Karina's loss was clearly a very glorious gain for you.
I think Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai was a gain for all
Yeah,
people involved in it.
yeah.
And she's gained a lot independently. I've gained a lot independently. So I don't think we should even go into equations.
Yeah, great. But Amisha, it's also 25 years for you, as an actor, as an artist. I know it's a perhaps a long answer, but if you can encapsulate, how have the last 25 years been for you? How do you look back?
Gloriously. I look back gloriously. I have I've given Bollywood's biggest iconic hits that can never be replaced. What more can a person want? Being an outsider, having no godfather, I think I've done tremendously well for myself, and I will always be proud and stand proud. I'm got three franchisees to my name: Gadar, a Bhool Bhulaiya, and a Race that are still continuing to be made. I have the most biggest hits of Bollywood that have broken box office records, created new ones in Tamil, Telugu, and Hindi. And and do I miss having more quantity of films? No, I don't, because I'd rather be remembered for my iconic films than come on a Friday and be forgotten on a Saturday. Also, I'm the only one of the people that has had recently a re-release with Gadar 1, and now I'm going to see a re-release with Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai. What more can an artist want? And I'm the only actor with the highest footfalls two times with Gadar
Hmm.
and Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai. No one has broken that record of the footfalls that has come. So how can I be unhappy? I'd be ungrateful to God if I was unhappy.
Very true. But like you said, you didn't have a godfather, right? You learned the ropes of the industry completely on your own. I'm sure you made mistakes along the way as well. How did you deal with, the lows, let's say, about sometimes, your film sometimes maybe not working or things being written about you. How did you deal with that?
Even people who have godfathers and marry into film families and have the film family backings and stuff have terrible flops and
Yeah.
are written off. So all I say is, when you have God, you don't need a godfather. I'll just sum it up with that one sentence.
Very true. So, since you mentioned and spoke so fondly about, the Roshan family, are you looking forward to watching the Roshans?
Absolutely. And in my own little way, I'm a little part of it too. So, because of
Oh,
course, Hrithik cannot be part of it without me. So, yeah, I'm looking forward, and it's a great legacy they have. I mean, three generations. So, of course, I'm looking forward, and I really hope it does really well on Netflix.
absolutely. Very lastly, what's next for you? What are we going to see you in next?
Well, lots of surprises, because, like I always say, Amisha doesn't speak, she surprises. I don't like to speak jinx. Um, I just, I I ain't going anywhere. I'm here to stay. I have to dabble in loads of roles that I haven't dabbled on. My journey has just begun. I'm just a student now. And I have a bad habit of bouncing back when people least expect it. So I'll stick with those bad habits for now.
That's not a bad habit at all. We are very happy that you keep bouncing back. But thank you so much, Amisha. I am looking forward to catching Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai with my friends again in theaters. And good luck to you.
Thank you. Enjoy the viewing experience, as am I, and lots of love, and may 2025 be phenomenal for you as well.
Thank you so much. Thank